Welcome back everyone, Costin here on Serious Gaming, continuing my playthrough of BattleTech.
Orders.
Commander?
Good to go.
Receiving you.
I guess I'm good to go. Well, as good to go as I'll be, I suppose. Panzyr, the liberation of Panzyr. Let it begin. Perdition. In orbit, Panzyr. Welcome to Panzyr, Commander Mattis. Lady Arano and the Restoration Army are already fighting on the planet's surface, and have been for weeks. With the aid of House Decimus's ground support facilities, Mrs. Meyer will carry your lands through Panzyr's orbital debris field and drop you on the surface. Tell us more about this debris field. It's a holdover from the Mars Civil War. There was a great battle in orbit over Panzyr, and most of the wreckage is still there in the form of a dense field of particulate material. Navigating the field unassisted would be a formidable task. Thankfully, we'll have the spaceport's control center on our side. It will be able to guide us in and to send tugs to assist us if necessary. You feeling okay with this, Samir? Oh yeah, Commander. No sweat. With the kind of navigation support I'll be getting from ground control, I could take us through the field with my eyes closed. Let's keep going. What happens after we are on the surface? Lady Arano wants your lands behind enemy lines, while she leads from the front. You will harass the Directorate, supply, train, and target valuable military hardware. She already has a target list drawn up for you. Hold that thought, Lord Madeira. Commander, I'm getting a tight beam communication from the planet's... Okay. From the planet's surface. It's Lady Arano and looks urgent. I'm putting it on screen now. Mad Dog, you couldn't have arrived at a better time. Our forces on the surface desperately need your help. With the support of House Decimus, we are making our final push against the Directorate's last major stronghold. Our forces are fully committed to the attack, and we're pushing them back. But the Directorate has just seized control of Panzyr's only remaining spaceport. With it, they'll be able to call down reinforcement at will. I need someone to take the spaceport control tower away from them. Mad Dog, that someone is going to have to be you. This means that Mrs. Meyer will need to carry you through the debris field unassisted. I hope that her skills are up to the task. Well, this day just got a lot more interesting. I'm afraid there's more. Alexander, I just received the message from Lady Centrella. There's been a major incident on Perdition. It looks like a terrorist action, a chemical attack against the port city of Harlow's Landing. Initial casualty reports suggest some 11,000 dead. Chemical attack? That sort of thing isn't supposed to happen anymore. Predicted Calderon would be inclined to agree. He's claiming that the attack was an act of Davian aggression, in direct violation of the Aris Convention. He's already calling it the Perdition Massacre. For their part, the Davians have denied all knowledge of the attack. Their denials will fall on deaf ears. Calderon won't believe anything that House Davian has to say. This is going to accelerate our timetable. We need to retake your throne before the situation gets any worse. If a war was to erupt between the Federation and Concordant, it would easily spill into the Reach, and we can't afford that kind of chaos. I can't say I like the idea of a couple superpowers inserting themselves into our campaign. Then we'd better push forward before that happens. I want you to proceed with the drop. And Mad Dog, I'm expecting this deployment to be a difficult one. Bring your best, and may the gods grant you victory. We will be counting on your success. You heard the Lady James, best get to it. Meyer, I'm gonna go ahead and trust that you got this. Do me a solid and try not to scrape the leopard's paint on your way down. Yeah, so I'll do my best. Well, so, who do I take? No, I'm not gonna take two blackshanks this time around. I'm gonna take the Centurion. I'm gonna give, well, I think I'll put Mad Dog Mattis in the Centurion. I'll take Glitch and Decker. Fair enough. Alright, let us deploy. Let's go. This will be interesting. The Restoration Army is already entrenched on Panzyr's surface. We're gaining ground against the Directorate, but we can't allow them to call in reinforcements. With the support of the 2nd Decimus Fusiliers, you will destroy Directorate-held dropship control center, cutting off their ability to navigate Panzyr's orbital debris field. This planet's debris field isn't a real oddity and a holdover from the Amara Civil War. It's a nightmare to navigate without ground support, but don't worry, Samir will get you and to the surface in one piece. Well, I certainly hope so, because this will be a very short mission otherwise. Commander, I'm glad you made it. Navigating Panzyr's debris field unassisted is no small feat, even for a ship as small as the Leopard. Mrs. Meyer is to be commended for her skill. No sweat, Lady Arano, just don't ask me to do it again. You won't have to. Restoration strike teams have already joined forces with the 2nd Decimus Fusiliers to engage the enemy on multiple fronts. We have them at a disadvantage, but if they manage to bring in reinforcements, we're in trouble. Mad Dog, I need you to engage the enemy. Locate their dropship control center and destroy it. Without ground support, their ships won't be able to navigate the debris field. The Directorate's troops on the surface will be cut off, and our combined forces will sweep them away. I'm sorry to interrupt, Lady Arano, but we've just intercepted a transmission from the ADV Karnak. They're requesting navigational aid. It sounds like they're on their way down. If that ship lands, our bid for the system fails, Mad Dog. I need you to take control of the take the control center out before the Karnak touches down. The second to help with that, we have a Leopard full of engineers heading your way. Commander, I'll need you to clear a path to the spaceport security headquarters. Take out their vehicles and make us some breathing room. We'll turn their turret defenses against them. That's the plan then. We'll use the turrets to cover your approach. As soon as we have the turrets under the control, the Directorate will begin firing on them. Use that as a distraction or engage the enemy to protect them. It's your call either way.
Good hunting, Commander. You bring down the control center and we'll handle the rest. Good luck.
Alright.
Time to earn our money.
Well, I'll use glitch to do a sensor lock on some of these vehicles. Right, wait.
I've got a sensor lock.
Here we go. Commander, I'm seeing Director SRM carriers on radar. I recommend engaging them in long range. They'll tear you apart if you get close.
Commander.
No problem then.
Affirmative.
Use the blackjack to tear them to shreds. Open fire.
Giving him everything I've got. One for the scrap heap.
Engaging target.
Alright.
Enemy unit.
Short range missiles destroyed. I think.
Waiting for orders. On my way.
Alright, there's another vehicle there. There's a Striker or Bulldog, right? And it's not gonna be a problem. Take out this Bulldog.
Special delivery.
What's up, boss? On my way. Engaging.
I don't have a lot of time. Oh, it might seem long, 13 rounds, but this is gonna be quite a fight. Alright, and I'll need to take all of them out.
Damage minimal.
Good to go. I copy. I hear ya. Got it. Line them up and I'll shoot them down, Commander.
Commander? Copy that. Acknowledged.
Well, I may have overdone it a bit, I think.
One more for the trash heap.
Alright. Enemy turn. They just got that one vehicle. Hopefully they don't do too much damage. Yeah, they missed. Well, he missed.
Reporting. Minimal damage. Receiving you. Aye, aye.
Alright. I'll use... Ooh, this is bad.
Engaging physical attack.
Nicely done, Commander. Lieutenant Tantris, your approach to security HQ is clear. Roger that, later on. We'll have their turrets under friendly control in just a moment. Engage the Forces Guardian Control Center, Mad Dog. Let's make those turrets count. Alright. We've got the turret. And this is hurting.
Waiting on you, Commander. Don't need to tell me twice.
Good to go. Copy that.
Ignore the turrets and concentrate your fire on those battle mechs. We must protect the control center. If our reinforcements can't land, we're all dead. Now fight for the Directorate. Well, they're in deep trouble, I'm afraid. With all those turrets, they're in really deep trouble. A trebuchet, fuck. A dragon? Oh, okay, this is bad.
Waiting for orders.
Receiving you.
Well,
Standing by.
I'm just gonna have to count on those turrets. Alright, let's pull out the autocannons. Nice hit. But the goal here isn't to necessarily hit, it's to wear down their evasion.
Engaging target.
What can I do for you? Moving out. Tell me what to shoot.
Alright, I'll need to use the jump jets on all my
Yes, Commander.
vehicles to get them out of here. I can't stay and fight that. Alright, no.
Acknowledged.
Take out that Centurion.
Yes, Commander. Coordinates received. Affirmative. I can't take much more of this.
Engaging target.
Waiting for orders. What can I do for you?
Orders. Lifting off.
Alright, I'll need to start eliminating these mechs. Oh, that blackjack took some damage.
They've blown past my armor.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Waiting for orders. Firing jump jets.
Alright, fire those jump jets.
Acknowledged.
Alright, it's knocked down. And the pilot is injured. 9 turns left to kill all of them. Centurion's still putting up.
Engaging multiple targets.
I hear ya. You get a headshot, and you get a headshot.
Standing by. Affirmative. Splitting fire.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage.
Commander. Got it. Roger that.
Alright, Centurion destroyed. Well, knocked out in its ass at the very least. Yeah, that Jenner is not gonna do much, I can tell you that for...
Good to go.
Waiting for orders. Coordinates received. Multiple targets confirmed.
Alright, one trebuchet destroy. Now if they could destroy the Centurion for me, that would be great.
The clock is ticking and that dropship is getting close. I'd recommend that you prioritize targeting the control center, Commander.
You got nothing, you hear me? Waiting on you, Commander.
Moving to position. Copy that.
Not much armor left in that location. Orders. On my way. Roger that.
Alright, CT destroyed. Two mechs destroyed, then one go.
Hostile
Good.
eliminated.
Just a few more left. That Hunchback is gonna be the biggest problem, I feel.
Good to go. No problem. I've got enough guns for everyone.
Alright, let the turrets do their job.
Is that it? I'm barely scratched. Good to go.
Ready for orders. Position confirmed. Roger that.
Reporting structural damage. Ready for orders. Affirmative. Firing a full salvo.
All weapons committed.
Yeah, all weapons were committed in that attack, and the Hunchback is down.
Waiting for orders.
No damage, huh?
Standing by. Giving him everything I've got.
Alright, 2 mechs destroyed.
Hostile
2 mechs left. The big ones have been destroyed.
Yes, Commander.
Alright.
I copy.
There it is. Okay, let's try to like...
Firing on target.
All weapons committed.
Commander? Got it. Armor breach. Internal damage. I'm getting all shot up, Commander!
Alright, one more mech.
Yes, Commander. Locking in all weapon systems.
Engaging target.
Waiting for orders. Firing on rear arc.
Good to go. That would be a miss.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage.
Commander, we're almost out of time. We can't afford to let enemy reinforcements land. You need to bring down that control center.
On my way. Receiving you. Waiting for orders.
Locked on target.
Well, there's your control center. Dead. And all the...
Target building destroyed.
Well done, Commander. Mr. Meyer, are you inbound? Roger that, Lady Orano. I'm making an LZ on your screen. Commander, proceed to the designated coordinates.
Commander? Moving to position.
Alright.
Copy that.
We need to get the hell out of this hellhole. That was quite the fight, wasn't it? Even with all the turrets. Let's get out of here.
Engaging jump jets.
Good to go.
Commander. Move order received.
I copy.
That's done it. All communication between the spaceport and the Directorate's reinforcement fleet just went down. Ground control, this is the Corona. We've lost you. Nav support is offline. Where are the damn tugs? Without ground support, the dropships won't be able to make planfall. They'll be torn to pieces if they try. Congratulations, Mad Dog. Panzyr is as good as ours. And we have to thank you for it. Long live House Decimus and long live the Arano Restoration.
Mission success.
Well, I guess I just gained the trebuchet. We have done it, Mad Dog. Thanks to your effort, the Restoration Army has broken the Directorate's hold on Panzyr. Lord Pierre-Louis Decimus has already pillaged his house and his systems to my service. The Restoration is growing, just as we'd hoped it would. And with his support, you gain territory soldiers and a bolstered supply chain. Not a bad deal for you, Lady Arano. Or for House Decimus, the Director took a scorched earth approach to Panzyr's farmland. Without our ongoing support, the people here would starve. I am not my uncle, Darius. The Restoration gives as much as it takes. That's commendable, Lady Arano, but it may not be sustainable. I'm fully aware that war has a price, Mad Dog, and I expect that price will to escalate. But for now, I can afford to help these people, and so I will. And to hell with the cost. It's a victory, to be sure, but we're still a long way from Coromodir. And Director Espinosa has only just begun to marshal his forces. Things are going to get a lot more difficult as we push forward towards Smithen. The Director's military capabilities appear to be way out of line with our initial estimates. Sound how they've gained access to weapons and metal mechs that are totally foreign to the Regan reach. Where do you think all of this hardware is coming from? We don't know. House Espinosa has only had contacts in the inner sphere. Lady Victoria's personal BattleTech is a prototype model that's almost impossible to find outside the Draconis Combine. But this radical new military buildup is something else entirely. Wherever these weapons are coming from, it's a recent development, and a troubling one. Lord Madeira, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's something that you may want to see actually. You may all want to see this. I found something strange on the Argo's nav computer. I'm going to need some clarification on that, Doctor. Well, I appear to have stumbled onto an encrypted data archive. Somebody hid it away in the Argo's secondary storage drive. That's just my best guess, mind you. Starleague era encryption software isn't really my area of expertise. My father spent years trying to figure out how to get the Argo back to Oregon space in one place. He was obsessed with this ship. He felt that it was important somehow, and now this. I want that archive open. Dr. Murad, I need to know what's inside. With all the respect to Lady Rana, whatever's on that drive was sealed away for a reason. I've heard enough stories about lost tech treasure hunting to know that it's a bad idea, so why don't we just leave it well enough alone? Because this archive could contain something of value, and because, as I previously mentioned, I have a personal connection with this ship. I've believed that this discovery is meant to lead us somewhere, and I intend to follow it. It's a Starleague era data archive. Of course we should try and open it. Damn right we should. You don't just leave money on the table. Anyone could tell you that. Thankfully you can follow this lead and pursue our campaign against the Directorate at the same time. The liberation of House Sass on Smithen is already the Restoration's next objective. And Lady Simon Karasas was High Lord Tamati's chief technologist. Securing his the help we need will cost us nothing that we weren't already planning to pay. Perhaps this is all just a coincidence, Mrs. Meyer, but I can't help but seeing the hand of fate at work here. Mastiff taught me to pay heed to my intuition, and that's what I intend to do. Tell me more about the Lady Karasas. Lord Karasas. He's a hard man who doesn't suffer fools gladly. That said, he's also quite brilliant, a noble with the mind of a scholar. His adult children, Otto and Nina, were much the same. Difficult times to be sure, but fierce allies to House Arano. Why do you think this lord will be able to open our archive? Because he knows lost tech better than anyone in the Reach. In the days of my father's reign, whenever scraps of forgotten technology were discovered in the Reach, they'd be taken to Smithen for cataloging and study. If there are answers to be found, we'll find them with him. That's the plan. After we liberate Smithen, we'll have an audience with Lord Karasas. Yes, Mad Dog, and shortly thereafter we'll see if my father's intuition about the Argo was justified. As before, I'll contact you when we're ready to move on Smithen. For now, I'll take my leave of you. I have nobles to placate and an army to rally, and you have your own contacts to pursue, I'm sure. Contracts to pursue. Yes, we do, Lady Rana. We're keeping busy, just as you asked us to. You all heard her. We've got some time before the next leg of the Restoration's offensive, and our client wants us to make the most of it. Time is money, so let's get back to work. Okay. Decommissioned Griffins.
That mech you wanted is back online.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Alright. So, LRM-15. That's not bad, all things considered. Let's see the store. A griffin.
New equipment available.
Samira, can I get a 5-1 check on our current position?
Well, maybe I should sell some of the stuff that I have, because I certainly do have a lot of mechs. And... alright. And a lot of parts as well. Alright, test lasers, heat sinks, AC-10 ammo, all that kind of stuff. And there's a commando, a locust. I think I'll just keep one of each. I mean, I can afford... I don't know, should I buy? It would be fairly expensive, but then again, it might actually just be damn bloody worth it. If I refit them. Because as tempting as it is to go with this setup, I feel that...
New equipment available.
That
Alright.
mech is ready to fight, Commander.
Well, that was my money. Nah, I'm gonna stay with what I have. With the default setup. Either way. It can take quite a beating as well. Maybe I wanna refit this blackjack.
Logged and noted. Shouldn't be too hard.
I'm all ears, Commander. Catch you later, Commander.
How can I help?
I'd like to discuss the state of our war against the Directorate. Thanks to your efforts, the Restoration Army's push on the capital was a success. In a single stroke, we liberated Taos Decimus, stripped away a fifth of Espinosa's power base, and shattered the illusion of a united Directorate. While our victory is completed and come without cost, we lost a lot of good soldiers on Panzyr, and several dozen irreplaceable battle mechs. It'll take time to replenish our depleted ranks. Beyond the scope of our recent victories, things are murkier. Thanks to the Perdition Massacre, tensions between the Tarians and Federated Sons have risen to a boiling point. The situation is fraught, terribly so. The slightest misstep by either side could spell disaster for us and for the rest of the Rimworld periphery. What does the liberation of Taos Decimus mean for the Restoration? Great deal. On a symbolic level, the liberation of a founding house may be the most important step we've taken since Waldry. Make no mistake, the other founding families were watching what was happening on Panzyr. If Taos Decimus could be liberated from Directorate control, then so could the rest of them, and they know it. There are logistical benefits as well, of course. The traditional seat of Taos Decimus is Panzyr, but its sphere of influence extends into Ryan's Fate, Bringdom, and Mekter. And now that Taos Decimus is our ally, we can start turning the people, facilities, and industrial bases of those systems against the Directorate. An army lives or dies by its supply chain, and ours has just gotten stronger, at the Directorate's expense, and it's only the beginning. Let's talk about the Perdition Massacre. I don't know much more than what Lady Ryan already told you, but still, ask away your question. I'll do whatever I can to answer. Why would the Federated Sons attack the Tarian Concord? There is no proof that they have, only conjecture. Speaking hypothetically, though, I can come up with a number of reasons. Perhaps the Davians want to punish Alex Calderon for some perceived transgression, or maybe they want the Tarians to fly off the handle and declare war. Then they could stage an invasion concordant while claiming self-defense. First Prince Hans Davian is no stranger to international brinksmanship, or in the use in unpredictable tactics. He isn't called the Fox for nothing. That said, Protector Thomas Calderon's distrust of House Davian is equally well known. Some have gone so far as to claim that this fear of the perfidious Davian borders on obsession. It's difficult to know how much of this is truth and how much is hysteria. Why would anyone target Perdition specifically? Because it's a symbol of Tarian independence. The destruction of a Star League defense force base on Perdition was what incited the Tarian Concordant to withdraw from the Star League. Yeah. As a symbolic target, it'd be hard to do much better. What are the odds that this incident pushes the Tarians to declare war all by itself? That's doubtful. Protector Calderon isn't stupid. He knows what open war with the Federated Sons would cost, and should he ever forget, there are cooler heads in the room to remind him. His son Edward has been a particular help in this regard. We'd be in much worse shape without his influence. For now, the Tarians are standing on the precipice of a conflict that none of us are prepared for, but without another inciting incident, they're unlikely to step over the edge. Let's talk about something else. Someone is eager to start a war. It's all I need, Lord Madeira. Okay. Yang.
What can I do for you?
No. So, let me check what contracts we have. Do we have anything? We actually do have quite a few things over here. And I think I'm going to start one of these soon enough. But first, obviously, I need to get my mechs back into operational order. So, Costin, signing out.